So my biggest takeaway from UFC Fight Night Nashville, I'm doing kind of the biggest winners and biggest losers. To me, one of the biggest winners was Cub Swanson and Artem Lobov. I believe Artem Lobov's stock went up. I mean, even though I honestly thought he was going to get derailed by Cub Swanson, I thought Cub Swanson was actually going to knock him out. He took Cub Swanson's best shots. I think like 4 or 5 kicks landed cleanly on his chin too. So I was even shocked that those kicks never knocked him down. So one of my biggest takeaways, Artem Lobov's stock does go up. He showed that he can compete in the top 10, in the top 5, but not win obviously. But you know his stock did go up because no one had. He was the biggest underdog. He was Cub Swanson was favored minus 68. So obviously. That's for him to even go all 5 rounds is amazing in my opinion. My other biggest winner was Mike Perry. Mike Perry finally proved that he can beat a top 10 guy, especially after losing to Alan Jouban, who honestly people thought if he can't beat him, well he's not going to be able to win in the later with the topper echelon of guys. He just proved that he can win, and I was scared for his game plan going in when I started seeing that he was fighting a little bit more. He said he wanted to fight more cautious and to be a little bit more like a technical and follow a game plan. But it just showed that once it comes down to once you guys both meet in the center and you guys are both throwing exchanges, it just shows that he still has a brawler mentality. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of liked it. I was worried about it, but seeing the result, I was like, wow, this is a good result. So obviously it worked out for him. So hopefully you can keep fighting like that, because at the same time you can't just brawl your way through the whole division. You know, there has to be fights where you're gonna have to follow a game plan. But it was just exciting to see that knockout. Like he wasn't gonna stop being unentertaining to the fans. So those are my 2 biggest winners. Obviously, you can throw in Brandon Moreno. His stock rose a little bit, beating Dustin Ortiz, who a lot of people didn't count him as favored. Pretty much that for the biggest winners. I think it was Artem Lobov. I think Cub Swanson too. I think Cub Swanson is one of the biggest winners too. Cub Swanson just proved that up and coming talent can't get him. You know, usually you keep thinking like he's a lot older. He's like in his early 30s, so you can tell, like especially in the lower weight divisions, once you hit like the mid 30s, you kind of look like you lose your speed. You're not the same quickest guy that you are compared to these 21-year-olds, 24-year-olds, 25-year-olds, 28-year-olds. You know what I mean? To the younger dogs. So it was cool that he was able to still. It just showed that after beating Du Hoi Choi, who was a top prospect in the featherweight division, besides Yair Rodriguez, and beating Artem Lobov, it just showed that he can hang around with the up-and-comers, and he can hang around with the big boys that are the up-and-comers like a Du Hoi Choi, and he can hang on with the up-and-comers like Artem Lobov. So it kind of raised his stock a little bit, but I wouldn't go too far. I think what's next for him is that he has to avenge one of his losses, either it being Ricardo Lamas, if Max Holloway loses to Jose Aldo, he can refight Max Holloway. But I think he's one fight away against a top contender. They're not going to give him the automatic title shot. And if Yair Rodriguez beats Frankie Edgar, which you know is a high cost for him, but if he does beat him, then you still have Yair Rodriguez in that division that you probably would have to take out before you go. So in my opinion, he's a fight and a win away from a title contention shot. I think Ricardo Lamas makes the most sense because he is the one that's available right now. And I just think it makes the most sense because he avenges a loss and then he kind of scrapes that off his resume and then he goes on for the title. My biggest loser was Jake Ellenberger. Jake Ellenberger just, I don't know, 3 straight losses. That TKO against Jorge Masvidal, I guess you counted a TKO, but his toe got stuck in the gate in the octagon gate. So I don't know, in the cage, you know what I mean? So I kind of don't. I don't know. It's up there, but I give her nonetheless. It is a loss in his record and in his resume. So that's 3 straight losses, and then that vicious KO. Man, I don't know. It's like when you see 3 guys get knocked out again. It's just like, dude, why go back? It's like when BJ Penn came back and got head kicked by fucking Yair Rodriguez, and BJ Penn still wants to come back. It's like, dude, just retire. No one wants to see you anymore. No one really is gonna watch you anymore because they're just gonna see you get your ass beat. And I think Jake Ellenberger is reaching that point where it's like, dude, just hang him up, you know? I mean, in my opinion, if you want to go for another fight against a low-level guy and go out on top, but that's my opinion on it. But the biggest loser was Jake Ellenberger. I can't think of anybody else. And honestly, it was a more entertaining card than I gave it credit for in the beginning. But all roads ahead to UFC 211. That's the That's the one that I'm going to be breaking down next, and hopefully I don't expect nothing short but a great card. So tell me what you think. Who were the biggest losers and winners from UFC Fight Night Nashville? And if you guys got any winners or losers that you guys want to add, leave it in the comment section, and we'll look at it for sure. Yeah, man, you guys have a great day.